this is Sims, and we are back with more kitty love, and we are going to go down Sigel's route today. Oh, shock! We're going to learn these secrets that we do not know what they are. Oh, golly gee, I wonder what it could be. So anyway...
My acting is like so good. Oh my god, I should get a job in Hollywood. Not even kidding.
I don't know what to do. After the black cat left, I couldn't move a step. All the trees and stairs were taller and looked scary, so I curled up and began shaking. I am curious as to why he turned us... I mean, I get it. Turned us into a cat because we were talking about being a cat and blah, blah, blah. But, like, why is he a cat? Like, is he just... Is this a cat dude? Like, I mean, I'm curious about that, so. It's a completely different way of sensing than usual. I heard footsteps and car noises louder than usual. I don't know what to do. What's going to happen to me? I can't stay like this. My paws were still shaking, but I tried to get up. It was weird standing on 4 feet, and I don't like being low to the ground. But I can't just stay like this forever. When I start moving, I felt like I could move easier. I tried jumping towards a higher up flower bed using my back feet. I was able to jump without making any noise. Amazing! When I looked down, the cats that scattered because of the black cat gathered again. Anyway, I have to do something about this situation. Where did that black cat go? Meow! One of the cats was looking at me and turned its head as if it was showing me the way. Is it showing me a way to the black cat? Meow! Meow! The cat... I just want this whole game to just be fucking meowing now. The cat meowed as if it's replying to me. Thank you, kitty cat. Meow. I ran the way the cat pointed. I was getting dirty from leaves and soil because I went through the bushes, but I continued anyway. What if I didn't find that black cat? It can't just tell me I should kiss someone I love. That's too much. I don't have a boyfriend, and I can't think of anyone close to be in love with. By the sound of what he says, I don't think he met his friends or family. I mean, I was wandering around for a while, but I didn't stop. I was more worried staying still. I went inside a quiet residential area. I might know this street, but from a cat's point of view, it all looks different. Where should I go? I won't be able to go home. I suddenly heard a growling sound. When I looked up, there was a big calico cat. Why is it angry? The cat looked really scary, but I remembered the cats from earlier, so I decided to ask about the black cat. I'm looking for a black cat. Meow. It would be like, meow, 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 meow. Meow. This is fun. I'm sorry if I'm traumatizing you, but it's kind of fun. Oh no, I made him more mad. This calico cat was hissing at me still and started getting closer. I don't know what to do. The calico cat is hissing. Then he jumped towards me. I closed my eyes tightly and I felt him. Ow! He collided into me and I fell over. As he calmed down, the calico cat looked and passed by next to me. Ow! What did I do to you? Is there anyone? Inside the house, I can hear something, but nothing answered me, so I went towards the sound. That was weird. It looks like a huge house, and there are continuous fences around, and I found a huge gate. I slipped myself in the gate. It's a huge house. Even after I entered, I can't see the building. Let me guess, it's Saijo's house, because, like, why else would be at some random person's house? There's a huge garden, and I heard a sound. I couldn't tell where the sound was coming from. Maybe the calico is the last girl that he turned into a cat because he was trying to get her to fall in love. He's like, you'll be a cat forever. You got to kiss someone you love. He's like, it'll be me. And then and now she's a cat forever and she's pissed off and angry. The twists that would take. You'd be like, this started out as kind of a cute, goofy little game and then it gets dark. Like, they're like, there's so many cats here and they're all pissed off and angry at me. He's got his cat harem. Fucking weirdo. It was lonely. Oh, I was lonely. Inside is a Japanese-style garden. It was wide, and I couldn't see well. I'm scared. He's full of shit. Does he not remember when he's a cat? Like, I'm just saying, he's gonna be like, oh, act like he doesn't know who we are. Bullshit. Bullshit. And how the fuck are you able to, so you could just turn into a cat at will? You son of a bitch. It's interesting. Anyway,
Are you lost?
meow. There was someone standing. I was surprised and stunned, so I stopped. Mr. Saijo? Meow! Only meowing could come out, but Mr. Saijo crouched down in front of me. This was Mr. Saijo's place. I knew the place, but I probably couldn't recognize it until now. I do recognize this gate. Did you just enter? I didn't see you around. He's so full of shit. He knows exactly who we are. Oh! Oh! He's talking to me gently as if he was talking to a little child. I was about to reply to him as usual. He talks gently. Does he normally talk to others like this? Your beautiful white hair is dirty. I was passing through the bushes, so I must be really dirty right now. Mr. Saijo touched my head lightly, unless he doesn't remember that he's a cat. That'd be kind of fucking weird, too. I mean, nobody else remembers when they find out. Well, we don't know, but we think it's possible that nobody else remembers after we turn back. They don't remember what happened. Because, like, what's-his-face didn't remember, right? But we don't know if all of our boyfriends remembered or not. So, like, maybe he doesn't remember when he's a cat. That's fucking weird. He's like, oh, I lose spances of time. That's because you're an evil cat that turns other people into cats. Curses them. The fuck? You don't remember that? That would be... I don't know. I mean, we'll find out, but I'm just throwing out some shit. Ouch! I shivered with pain from my forehead. Oh, you've been scratched by other cats. Let me have a look. He grabbed me quickly. Oh no! Your kimono will get dirty! I tried to run away from his grasp, moving my arms and legs. Calm down. I can't ruin this expensive-looking kimono. I'm covered with dirt. I wiggled my body to get away, but suddenly... Ouch! Huh? Mr. Saijo pulled one of his hands back. When I saw his hand, I realized I had left a red scratch mark. Apparently, my nail popped out. Oh my god! I hurt him? He's so precious, why would you do that? I was filled with guilt and I didn't know what to do, so I stopped moving and looked at the scar. And don't worry, there's not much blood out. You can relax now. He probably understood because I was surprised. Mr. Saijo hugged me again gently. Good. Mr. Saijo didn't care about getting his kimono dirty, and he held me again, supporting my back. When I brought my face closer, I could smell a nice scent from his kimono. I was under a strain, but when I took a deep breath, I could loosen up. I can't feel my body anymore. I have to look for the black cat. I felt so relaxed on his chest, and he looked at me. You must be tired. You can relax now. Look at how fucking pretty he is right now. Holy shit. I lost consciousness as if he was guiding me. He is... If that's not some kind of magic fucking shit, this is like a background from Hakawoki right here. I woke up from the sound of a sliding door. I must have slept a little. I was placed on a towel on top of a cushion. The ceiling looks higher and the whole interior looked bigger. I had my arms on my head, but it didn't look like a human's hand. I was hoping it was a dream. And did you wake up? It was Mr. Saijo entering the room. He brought a wash bowl. There weren't many things in this Japanese-style room. It makes me wonder if he really lives here every day. Yeah, but the rest of the house is totally modern and there's like normal shit. It's just this room because he's like putting up a front. I don't know. Just Mr. Saijo put the wash bowl next to me and sat down. So like I wonder, like that's curious. Like you have like the old style houses. Like we have old Victorian houses and shit like this, but it's not like, well, I live in a Victorian house, therefore we must have an outhouse and there's no modern plumbing. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's houses that existed before plumbing, but they've been upgraded for plumbing. So, like, I would assume that even if you have an old-style Japanese house, that you'd still have, like, normal fucking modern furniture and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be like, wait, it's an old-style house, can't have anything you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, maybe you have certain rooms that you're like, no, it's cool, keep it old school. But, like, I don't know. Just can't imagine, like, I bought a house that's 300 years old, so we gotta have shit that's true to the time period. Like, I mean, I get it, like, kind of maybe refurbing the outside of your house and everything like that. You want to try to keep the look the same and, like, but, like, you're not like, well, too bad, can't have a toilet because my house didn't have one when it was first built. Gotta take all that out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Mr. Saijo put the wash bowl next to me and sat down.
You seem like you went for an adventure. You've become dirty, so let me clean your body a little bit.
I'm just thinking because, like, I think I don't know why, like, you see, like, super old American houses and you've been in them and been like, oh, okay, like, and they're modernized on the inside, but I don't know what it is. Like, that seems just like it's shit that you've seen before, like, whatever. But you're thinking, like, an old school Japanese style house, but you want to see a modern, like, I don't know, I just want to see the juxtaposition of that because it's different. Like, we don't have houses in America that are Japanese style houses. You know what I'm saying? So, like, your brain is like, ooh, that'd be kind of interesting. I kind of want to see that. But, like, it's not like you've never seen that concept before. It's just different because it's a different culture. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully you know what I'm saying. Like, so, like, my brain thinks it's so interesting. Like, ooh, kind of want to see that. Because, like, we don't have sliding door. Okay, yeah. There are some, like, sliding glass doors and everything, but not, like, the stand. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, whatever. What? Is he going to... I had round eyes with wonder, but Mr. Saijo didn't even notice. He dipped the towel in water and squeezed. Then he reached towards me. He did notice. He just pretended he didn't. Oh, I didn't know you were going to... I've never had my body washed by another before. And it's Mr. Saijo. I don't know what to do, so I panicked and made a growling sound without thinking. I felt goosebumps. Cats become a little defensive. I was thinking as if it were someone else's problem.
It's all right. I'm just cleaning you. After that, I'll treat your scar, all right? Don't be scared.
It's funny because, like, everyone else, she's always like, oh, wait, no. And she's always cool with, but she's like, getting her hackles all raised with him left and right. And they're like, no, get away, like, struggling. And now she's growling at him. And it's like, she hasn't had that reaction to anybody. Like, any of them, even when they're, like, the wash, anything. It's like, oh, wait, that's awkward, but oh, okay. But now she, like, you know what I'm saying? See, it's like deep down inside, she knows you're the motherfucker that turned me into a cat, you son of a bitch. But we're still gonna fall in love with him anyway? Because he just seems so sweet and nice. He really does. But you're like, but you're still a son of a bitch who turned us into a cat, and I'm confused. Like, what's your game here, buddy? What's your game? I still think you're adorable, but anyway. Oh, that's not what I meant. I felt even more goosebumps.
Oh, no. You don't trust me.
I mean, should we? You turned us into a cat. I like that this one has 3. Some of the other ones only had 2, didn't they? And you're like, wait, wasn't it Kawahara's rod only had 2? Why do I feel like it only had 2? Anyway. You get points up for everyone, so it doesn't really fucking make a difference, but... No, I didn't mean that. Mr. Saijo looked at me and watched. His beautiful face looked troubled, and it made me feel like I've done something wrong. I can feel his long hair draped in front of me, and I was able to see the unusual color of his pupils. This is where you get a clue. When I looked carefully, I noticed Mr. Saijo had slightly different colored eyes on each side. Is it because of the light? Like, you never fucking noticed? One eye's purple and one eye's like gold. Girl, that's like drastic difference. Yellow and purple are on opposite ends of the color fucking wheel. Jesus. I guess, I mean, I suppose technically, because a lot of times they do it, like, and the hair's, like, kind of a green tinge. You're like, is that supposed to be green? Is your hair green? Like, what the fuck is that? So I suppose it's supposed to be, like, maybe that one's a little more purpley brown, and that one's a little more, like, gold brown. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not supposed to look as drastic, but it does. But if they didn't make it drastic, it wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I see it all the time, looking at things, and they're like, oh, gray eyes. And you're like, that's not gray. That's fucking blue. What is wrong with you? Like... That is like neon glowing blue. The fuck? Like, but anyway.
There, you're fine now. It's not embarrassing.
Says the man who knows that there's a woman in this cat body. I'm just saying. He gathered my front feet and told me while smiling, so I didn't know how to react. I still haven't made up my mind. She's being washed against her will. I fucking love the cat. It's never gonna get old, that cat face. Meow! Of course he didn't understand how I felt, and he's watching how I'll react. But if it's not a dream, and I'm not able to see the black cat, my lifestyle will continue like this. If others don't take care of me, I'll be attacked by that calico cat like earlier, or chased by people. Maybe I should phone at Mr. Sideshow and have a place to stay for help. It might not be the time to feel embarrassed. I took a deep breath and calmed down. I try to be brave and rub my head against the hand that's touching me softly. Are you going to let me wash you? Like in every other path, none of this would be weird. I mean, it's weird because you're like, and it's weird because for us, not for them. But like, it's a little weird because you're like, we don't know that he doesn't know. All we know is he turned us into a cat. We're not supposed to know that, I guess, which is why they're keeping up this friend. But like, so I guess if you didn't know and you totally didn't see this coming because, it was fucking obvious. You'd be like, oh, okay, normal, whatever. But could you imagine at the end being like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If he knows we're a cat, if he's known the whole time that we're a cat, buddy, what? This comes out kind of creepy. Like, I know you're in there. I'm just going to wash you. I mean, like, yeah, you're taking care of the cat because the cat's all mangled. But at the same time, you're like, but there's a girl. How are you acting this cool about that? Just saying, it's fucking weird. This route's interesting and I like it a lot. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know he's got. I don't know. This is a little strange, but anyway. Yes, please. Okay, that's cute as shit. Meow. Okay, see, like there at least you can't really tell that the purple eyes is purple. I was only able to make a short meowing sound, but I tried to close my eyes and stay still. Mr. Sideshow gently wiped my back with the towel. The towel was warm and it felt really good. I'm relaxed now. I was purring. You must feel good now. Wow, I didn't know purring comes out naturally. It's a little embarrassing that all of my reactions are coming out honestly. Mr. Sideshow washed me over and over with the towel. You have dirt on this side too. He flipped me over onto my stomach and continued washing me. Okay, now we're getting awkward. Hey, you're tickling me. Hey, stay still. Mr. Sideshow held me still and he washed me carefully. It was after the rain, so the soil was muddy. All the plants were also wet too. Anyway, he has delicate hands. Maybe he's a Japanese flower arrangement artist. We know that he is. Why are we questioning that? What the fuck? That's the weirdest thing in this route. And that's saying a lot. Like, it's more like maybe he is a Japanese flower artist. That makes more sense. Like, well, yeah, okay, it makes sense. Questioning that makes no, okay. Anyway, we'll just, translation issue? Okay, we'll just go with that. Are you all right? After we finish wiping your paws, you can walk around the room. Mr. Sideshow took my foot and cleaned the paw, then placed me on a cushion. My fur was clean and even shining. There, you look clean now. Your fur is shining, so you don't need this towel anymore. He's super beautiful in profile. Can I just say that? Mr. Sideshow took off the towel he stroked my back. It made me feel secure. He was such a kind person. I wasn't able to find out what he was thinking about most of the time when I was talking to him as a customer. I never imagined him to be like this. Oh, I have to take care of your wound too. I'll do that after your dinner. I remembered I didn't eat anything after dinner, and I can feel my stomach rumbling. Well, you didn't eat anything after lunch because you turned into a cat, so. But is it cat food? Would I be able to eat that? Mr. Sideshow took away the towel and he grabbed the cotton that was on the edge of the washing bowl. I'm gonna wipe where the wound is and disinfect it, so you have to cope a little bit, all right? He said he wasn't going to touch the wound, so I'm getting nervous. Oh, so he said he was going to touch the wound, so I'm getting nervous. I try not to react like earlier, and I close my eyes tightly. He wrapped the cotton around his finger and touched my wound a couple of times on my forehead. It didn't hurt me as much as I expected. I guess it's better now. Let me disinfect it. I close my eyes and wait until he finishes. Mr. Sideshow was touching me gently, and it didn't feel that painful. Okay, here's the thing. If you're like, oh, okay, kitty, I need to wash your forehead with disinfectant, and the cat just sits there and takes it, that's a human in a cat body, because ain't no fucking animal doing that shit. Okay? No animal is handling shit like that. I cannot get my fucking bird to understand, okay, these are toenail clippers. I'm just going to clip your fucking toenails. You're going to be fine. Just don't move. Ah! No. Can't take him to the doctor man and be like, okay, we're going to trim his toenails because they put him in a goddamn birdie fucking straitjacket is actually pretty funny. And he's shrieking, ah! Like he's going to die, like they're murdering him. You're perfectly fucking fine. Chill the fuck out. But he's screaming like he's dying, which was sad, but funny at the same fucking time. And he doesn't understand. It's like, but you're just getting your toenails trimmed. It's fine. It's like taking a nail file to a person's nails. Like, okay, we're going to trim your nails. No. Maybe some cats and dogs you can do that to. You can't do that to fucking birds. So, like, you think he's injured and I'm going to be like, let me disinfect, and he's not going to be like, ah, shrieking and biting me? That's how you know there's a human in that cat body, when you're like, let me just disinfect this wound, kitty. And they're like, okay, yeah, no, I get it. Just saying. People logic. They should have been able to figure this shit out. I don't know. Anyway. He must be a serious person. He's explaining even to a cat.
There. I don't think it'll get infected, but I'm a little worried, so let me check on it sometime.
Oh, when I turn back into a human, the scar will still be here. Yeah, but it's on your foreheads and you got bangs, so you're fine.
I'll bring something to eat, so stay here.
He brought the washing bowl and left the room. He really doesn't make any noise when he's walking. All of his movements are so elegant. And we're a clumpy little clod. I mean, I am, so... When he comes to the shop, he always comes in all of a sudden and leaves without much fuss. I was tense, so staying in the room alone and stretching feels so good. It feels nice. Meow. He cleaned me and I laid on top of the cushion. It felt so good. This cushion cover looks expensive. It is very beautiful embroidery. I rolled around a little and relaxed. I jumped and stood still, feeling that I've accepted being a cat. If I stay like this, I'll be a real cat. I should think straight. I was looking around the room for a little bit. Oh, that iris. Mr. Slijo bought that iris today. It was in a vase. It was a purplish blue flower. Oh, he's also wearing a purple kimono. And that's really funny, because that cat that I met was wearing like a purple bow or whatever the fuck he was wearing, like a collar. I don't know. I normally look down at the flowers, but it looks different when I look from here. It's beautiful. The iris was standing straight up and looked elegant. It looked like him. Other than this flower, like how I thought of in the beginning, it doesn't look like anyone's living here. There's not much inside this room. I wonder what Mr. Saijo is like. The sliding door opened and I stood up on the cushion. That moment, Mr. Saijo entered with a tray.
What happened? You look all tensed up.
If I think about it, it wouldn't look weird for the cat to walk around the room. Mr. Saijo looked weirdly and placed the tray in front of me. He's like, whoa, he's like, Again, people behavior and again. On the tray, there was a glass of water and a plate of food.
I took a couple of things you might be able to have. What do you think?
There was a boiled chicken breast and some dried bonito shavings. I was getting even more hungry by the smell. After I took a bite, I couldn't stop eating. I finished the plate before I realized.
Oh, how? I didn't know you were that thirsty.
I was drinking the water as he spoke. I felt like my stomach was becoming full. I mean, think about it, though. Cat stomach is way smaller, so you could be like, that's a great diet, is all I'm saying. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Are you hungry? Good.
Mr. Saijo patted my head. My body is clean, my stomach is filled, and he provided me with a fluffy cushion. He did so much for me. I have to think about so much, but I want to rest for now.
Are you sleepy? You should sleep now.
As Mr. Saijo told me that, I felt so sleepy. I curled into a ball and positioned myself to sleep. It's much earlier than the usual time that I go to sleep, but I feel so tired. I'll try not to think much for now.
Good night.
The voice I heard before I went to sleep was Mr. Saijo. His voice was one that I've never heard from anyone before. I felt comfortable and fell into the deep sleep. All right, his route's going to be... I mean, so far, 24 minutes is because we talked a lot through, but aside from the rambling, his part's probably going to be the same 3 to 4 parts, so... I woke up with a ticklish feeling. A feeling of itchy, restless irritation. Is it morning already? Am I going to transform back into a human? I spring up and see Mr. Saijo sleeping in the corner of the room. It would be awful if I returned to my human form now. I look around in hopes of sneaking out of the room. I see the window slightly open. There's a screen door, but I should be able to open it easily. I quietly got off the cushion and sneaked toward the window. careful not to be noticed. I jump up to the windowsill and open the screen door with my claws. I pass through the gap surprisingly smoothly. The ground is in my vision, and I jump off without hesitation. What? No. What? God damn it. Hold on. I'll be back. Okay, well, good news is it loaded right back up where it was and I didn't have to skip through anything, so woohoo! Okay, so anyway. The ground is within my vision, and I jump off without hesitation. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Saijo. I felt the cool grass under my paws, and I feel reluctant to leave the comfortable room I had been in, but the uneasiness in my body had gotten worse. I need to hurry and get out of this place. I had no idea what to do, where to go, but I decided to return to the park where I first became a cat. I don't know whether the sky was getting brighter or because I was getting used to the perspective of a cat, but I easily knew the way to the park. This garden's pretty. I hid inside the bushes in the corner of the empty park. I no longer could bear the discomfort of my body. This is sick. I can't bear this anymore. I shoot up, and the bushes that had been above my head all along had become knee-high. Huh? I look at my hands, and they're human. I'm back to normal. I'm wearing the exact same clothes as yesterday. My belongings are at my feet. I crouch down in relief. I'm so glad. Anyway, if what that black cat said is true, I can live normally during the day. I look at the clock in the park, and it's still early. I'd have plenty of time to go home and change before I go to work. I want to take a shower, change, then eat breakfast, and then I wanted to distract my mind by thinking about my daily routine. Feels like I'm still dreaming. In order to calmly think about what I'm going to do from now on, I should adjust my feelings. I stood up once again, clutching my bag firmly, and started walking. Good morning!
Good morning. How are you?
I looked at Takuma, and it's a usual morning. It's almost as if nothing had happened.
What happened to your forehead? That bandage wasn't there yesterday, right?
I was chasing a cat in the park and cut it on a branch. Well, I'm not lying. Yes, this wound is proof that what happened yesterday wasn't a dream. The wound from when I was scratched as a cat and Mr. Saijo had disinfected me. The wound from when I was scratched as a cat that Mr. Saijo had disinfected for me remained even when I turned back into a human. It's nothing serious, but I patched it up since it was becoming red. Does it stand out more with a bandage? I should take it off later. I cover my forehead and laugh it off and start my morning duty. Oh yes, Takuma, you haven't changed the water for the gypsophilia yet, right? I'll do it. The bucket that contains the flower is extremely heavy with a large amount of water. But I can't make Takuma do all of the hard work by himself, so I try to willingly help. Here I go! My back hurts from the heavy lifting and my hands are chapped from the water, and I thought it was painful for me before. But when I think of what happened yesterday, my time working in human form feels very fortunate. Hello, this is Flower Shop Flora.
And this is Saijo.
My voice gets choked up in shock.
Hello?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Saijo. Is it an order? I was shocked. It's only me who feels awkward. I wonder what he thought when he realized the cat wasn't there in the morning.
Yes. Do you have any lilacs today?
Yes, we do.
And then that, and can you choose some kind of white flower for me?
White flower? For a moment, I remember my hand from yesterday. My white, fluffy paws. Yeah, because he wants a lilac that's purple like him and beautiful white flower like the cat. That's exactly what I thought when a white flower, I was like the cat, and him, the purple and the white, and the juxtaposition of our cat love. Look, shit's gonna be weird when we're both cats, and I don't want to read that. That's all I'm saying. Thank God this game is light and fluffy, literally, because we're a cat and we have fluffies. But I don't want to read cat porn. Sorry, not down with that. Like, that's just...
Yes, I'll visit you in the afternoon today.
Sure, we'll be waiting for you then. It's only the term white. I'm overreacting. Oh, was that order for Mr. Saijo? Yes, lilacs and some kind of white flower. A white flower, huh? It's rare for Mr. Saijo to order in such a vague way. Well then, you can choose. Wait, me? Of course. You answered the phone, right? Think and choose carefully. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Hey, Takuma, have a sec.
Yes, welcome. Well then, I'm counting on you.
With that, Takuma ran to the. This is not about.
With that, Takuma ran to the storefront.
I want to read it in his voice just because. Anyway, I have the task to arrange flowers for our customer who'll come pick them up shortly. It's a present for someone ill, so the order was to be cheerful and bright colored. I pick out yellow and orange flowers like African daisies and roses, all the while thinking about the white flowers for Mr. Saijo. The lilacs are probably for a flower arrangement, but what's the white flower for? Maybe also a flower arrangement. Like lilacs, I just put 2 flowers in. I put a flower in a vase. Oh, it's breathtaking. If he's going to arrange it with the lilacs, they must be cut flowers, but they can also be potted. Gypsophilias are white too, but calla lilies are also white flowers for this season. I should have asked him more about the purpose. We pick out flowers based on the customer's wants and think about ways to preserve them beautifully for as long as possible. It's an important job. We also recommend flowers that fit the customer's needs, even if they aren't familiar with the kind, and select them according to the customer's character. That's why I should have asked Mr. Saijo more about why he asked for white flowers. Again, I realized an important aspect of this job. I chose this job because I like flowers and plants, but most importantly, I wanted others to realize how nice plants are. Okay, first I'll complete this arrangement perfectly, and then choose several patterns of flowers for Mr. Saijo. I carefully arrange the ordered flowers, wishing and praying for the receiver's fast recovery. I wrap it with wrapping paper and complete it by tying a double ribbon. It's almost time for the customer to come pick up the order. Excuse me, I'm here for the bouquet I ordered. Hello, it's done and ready. I come forward with the arranged bouquet. Here it is. How do you like it? I inserted pink-orange roses as an accent. How pretty! I think he'll be happy. I feel cheerful just by looking at it. Thank you. I carefully place the bouquet in a paper bag and give it to the customer. Have a nice day. Thank you. Have a nice day. We look forward to you next time. I see the customer off at the store. Sorry. We look forward to you next time when your friend in the hospital dies and you need funeral flowers. I was literally, we look forward to you next time someone's ill, but then I was like, what happens if it's the same person and they're dead next time? Like, I mean, I know it's not the only purpose this person comes to the flower shop, but it's just kind of funny in the context. Like, it's kind of awful, Spacey. Jesus. Why I don't work in a flower store. I see the customer off at the storefront. It's this feeling of joy that makes me like this job. I have been tired lately, but probably since my usual daily life had been broken, I'm feeling refreshed today. If I change my perspective, there's no such thing as a boring life. And maybe it's just my state of mind. Girl, I needed to hear that shit today, because I'm just, wow. Well, I'll do my best today. Excuse me. Yes, I'll be right there. Here we go. Hello. Oh, hello. Mr. Saijo is here as usual, but I tense up a little. Yesterday Mr. Saijo washed my body thoroughly. Whoa, no. Are you all right? Your face seems red. It's nothing. Your flowers are ready. I can feel my ears turning red, so I move to pick up the flowers, but I stop for a moment. Oh, Mr. Saijo, about the white flowers. Yes? How are you going to use them? I was thinking I'd choose depending on the flower, but I actually found a cat yesterday. The look on his face is like, I know it's you. What? That must be... She was pure white and pretty, but she was gone in the morning. Is that so? He's talking about me, right? Mr. Saijo frowned sadly. This is going to be awkward because, like, all the other boys talk about, like, you and, like, oh, I love her and, like, whatever, while you're a cat, but it's like, he knows that it's you, so, like, I'm confused. Unless he doesn't remember when he's a cat. Fucking weird. Anyway. I wonder if he intended to keep me. So I thought I'd order a flower that reminded me of her. I see. Then how about this one? It's a simple flower called primrose. They bloom easily, and it's all right to just put it on a sunny windowsill. What do you think? Yeah, it's a cute flower, and it's close to my image of a cat. I'll take it. Thank you. About the cat. Look at the look on his face. Yeah? I'm sure she'll come back. You found her and took care of her, right? I guess. though I didn't do much. No, you did enough. Huh. Oh yeah, he'll be creeped out if I know about it. I can imagine you taking good care of her.
Do you think so?
Yes, of course. He's now sounding like Takuma, and I don't know what the fuck just happened. I just realized that. Whatever. Okay, when did that happen? I can't. I don't know. Anyway. I wouldn't have thought this if I were my ignorant self from yesterday. Regardless of what they are, cat or human, it's natural to remember what's done to them.
You say something interesting. If she remembers where she was fed, maybe she'll come back to me.
Yes, I'm sure. What am I saying? Am I thinking of going to Mr. Saijo's place again? Girl, yeah, you are. But Mr. Saijo's sad face makes me sympathetic. And I do need somewhere to sleep at night.
If that cat feels an obligation, would she come again? If so, I'd be happy.
I'm sure she'll come back. I decided I could go back to Mr. Saijo's house again if I became a cat. Yes, as for white, calla lilies are pretty to use in flower arrangements this season.
For sure. Maybe I'll get it next time.
I think they'd look nice for your alcove.
Alcove? In my room.
I did it again! I'm bad at this! Am I going to be able to keep this a secret? I mean, an alcove if you have a Japanese-style room. I imagine you'd have a Japanese-style one.
It is. I have an iris in my room right now, so I'll consider calla lilies when I replace them.
Well, the thing is like she's obviously been to his house because she recognized his house, right? So she would have been like, oh, well, I mean, you have a Japanese-style house, right? So I just assumed you had a Japanese, like...
Yes, please.
Well then, I'll wrap this with the lilac.
Please. That is...
Oh, my God, look at how fucking pretty he is when he's, like, fucking drawn in these CGs. Mr. Saijo came close to my face. I feel dazed by his nice scent, but today, I don't feel dizzy. Like, Jesus, he's pretty. Yes?
Your forehead. It's red. What happened?
I took off the bandage, but I guess he noticed. I covered the wound with my hands. I, scratched it with a branch in the park.
I see. Come to think of it, the cat I found yesterday had a scratch wound on its forehead too. Probably from a fight with another cat.
Really? What a coincidence! What, was that an awkward response? I don't know what to say.
It is. Did you disinfect it properly?
Yes, I'm fine.
That's good. Playing in the park is nice, but be careful.
Like, he is like so preciously beautiful there, like Jesus. Wait, does he think I injured myself by playing in the park? Oh well. Mr. Saijo left after paying for his flowers. Because I saw how he acted towards cats, I feel like I was able to talk to him more than before. Before I was engulfed in his unique impression, but he seems more normal than I imagined. I mean, I don't know about that, but... Seems, but not actually. Takuma came back from a delivery and carried some empty buckets inside the store. Welcome back!
Hi there, did Mr. Saijo come already?
Oh yes, just right now. I gave him the potted primrose for the white flowers he ordered.
Ah, you chose a cute one.
My manager seemed surprised, but I decided against mentioning the cat since it felt like I'd be talking about myself. He said he'd like the calla lilies next time.
I can't wait to see his flower arrangement using calla lilies. Oh, it's pretty late. Let's start closing the store, shall we?
Sure. Other than the display outside the store, the shop has foliage plants and potted herbs, so we put them back inside the shop before closing. As I was closing the store, I was thinking in circles about what to do after work. I wonder, what time does nighttime include? I was becoming anxious sitting on the park bench. The only thing I heard from the black cat is that it had become a cat during the night. That's very vague. Well, that's not the only vague thing. After leaving work, I didn't know when I'd become a cat, so I came straight to this park. I hesitated going back to my house since it'd be a problem if I turned into a cat on the way. At that moment, the same discomfort as before ran through my body. The uneasy, irritating feeling. It's time. I got up and ran towards an unpopulated place. I reached the spot where I turned back into a human this morning and crouched down. This morning when I looked around, I thought this place was the most secluded from others. This tingling feeling. Now that I feel it, I'm really going to be a cat. I suddenly feel an unbearable irritation. I prepare myself and close my eyes tightly. Once the feeling in my skin returned, I opened my eyes and could see everything around me, bigger than before. It's actually me who turned small. I really did become a cat. I still had an unreal feeling, but that feeling was broken easily. A long night begins. I took a step from that place. I walked through the path I took this morning. All I could think of was Mr. Saijo, sadly waiting for the cat to return, but then, he knows it's you, so he could, close all the doors and, lock you in and just keep you prisoner. I'm just saying, it could get creepy. He seems too nice and sweet for that, but I'm just saying it's usually the nice, sweet ones. Looking at you, Saint Germain, that just get stabby and fucking weird. And he did turn us into a fucking cat, so I'm just saying there's already some bizarreness going on. I was on my way to Mr. Saijo's, but this is around the place I got attacked by the calico cat yesterday. I guess I seem a little different than the normal cats. The calico cat was really terrifying. I have to be careful not to encounter it again. I think it'd be fucking hilarious and fucking messed up if, he turned out crazy. But also that it turned out that the calico cat, oh yeah, I turned her into a cat and she never found true love because she wouldn't fall in love with me. Well, aren't we lucky? Great. Funny as shit, but disturbing. Yeah. I timidly turned the corner of the road. Eeyore. I turned toward the voice to see Mr. Saijo standing. And the cat from yesterday. Are you on your way to get some food? Not really food. Mr. Saijo crouches down in front of me with a warm smile and gently pat my head and back. Hey, your wound seems fine, and that's a relief. I'm taking a walk today again. Would you come with me? A walk? Without waiting for my response, Mr. Saijo stands up and starts to walk away. I guess no one would wait for a cat to respond, but he talks to me so naturally that I feel like we're supposed to understand each other. I follow Mr. Saijo, walking right beside his feet. And there's a river if you go to that side. Mr. Saijo continues to walk, talking to me, a cat. When we made a turn, there was in fact a river and a promenade. You know what would be fucking hilarious, though? He's just talking to this cat and people, walk by. I'm like, okay, dude just talking to a cat that he's taking for a walk. I mean, it happens all the time here because it's happened all the time to us, so I'm just saying. I usually never come this way, so I never knew there was such a place. I like the sound of water because it's soothing. When I listen to it under the moonlight, my heart calms down. My heart calms down? But Mr. Saijo's moonlit face is white and beautiful like a doll. He almost seems lifeless. That's a compliment. He said this calms his heart. I imagine Mr. Saijo is always calm, but I guess he has times when he's not. Occasionally, joggers and people walking their dogs pass by, but otherwise it's empty and silent. I also focus on listening to the sound of the river. When was the last time I listened to a stream like this? This place is really relaxing. I should come here on the weekend sometime. Feeling joyful, I play around, hopping on and off the bench and walking on it. I can never play around like this when I'm human. You seem happy, but be careful. Be careful about what? Suddenly I missed my step on the bench and fell to the grass. Ah! I fell on my back, hitting the side of my body. It wasn't that much of a fall, and I landed on grass, so it didn't hurt much. Ow! I messed up. I thought cats could instinctively flip their bodies and land on their feet at times like this. With an appalled face, Mr. Saijo gazes at me laying on the ground. It's not as bad as needing help, but it makes me sad to see him unmoved. Ugh. I rolled myself over, becoming a small ball. Wait, did you hurt yourself? Look at how concerned he looks. Mr. Saijo rushes to me and picks me up. I didn't know Mr. Saijo could make a face like this. A flustered face. He is observing my body carefully. No, I'm okay. It's nothing. Meow. I felt a bit guilty as I looked up. Did you just fool me? Mr. Saijo seemed genuinely worried and was relieved to see I'm okay, but continues to check on me for any injuries. Huh. So you've got guts, I guess. Mr. Saijo pets me with a slightly mortified face, and with me still in his arms, started to walk. I'm sorry. I put my paws against Mr. Saijo's chest and look up in his face. The red had left, and he had his usual poker face. I thought he seemed worried about me for a second. Even with a smile, Mr. Saijo doesn't seem to be really laughing. I can't feel any atmosphere or presence around him. He He seems carefree, and I can't imagine him expressing strong feelings.
And that's it for our walk today. Let's go home and eat.
Mr. Saijo pets me softly and parts from the promenade to his house. Mr. Saijo's house and land is much wider than I had remembered. He must be teaching flower arrangement classes in his house, so part of it must be a classroom. I learned how to take care of flowers, make bouquets, and arrange baskets from work, but I've never properly done flower arrangement. It requires completely different skills for choice of flowers, and you need to observe the balance of width and length. To create a beautiful appearance of the flowers is more important compared to making bouquets. Come to think of it, the iris I saw yesterday in its alcove was arranged beautifully.
I'll keep my windows slightly open from now on, so you can come and go whenever you want.
With that, Mr. Saijo brings me past the hallway instead of going to his room. I wonder where we're going. It's a big house, but we haven't encountered anyone. I've never heard about his personal life, like who he's living with. Maybe his family lives somewhere else, although I don't even know if he's married. You hope not. The door Mr. Saijo opened was of a bathroom. He places me in the bathtub in the back of the room.
You got dirty in the park, so let's get you
Wash today. He's just a weirdo who likes washing girls and cat bodies. Huh? Wash? Does that mean Mr. Saijo's going to bathe me? I slowly start to back up.
I know you don't want to get wet, but you need to be bathed.
I went home and took a shower this morning. Mr. Saijo rolls his sleeves up and secures them so they don't fall. He swiftly turns the shower on and puts me in without hesitation. Ah! Meow! I'm drenched from head to toe in a mere second. The water is warm and perfect. Once I'm drenched, I don't care anymore.
I'm gonna shampoo you.
Mr. Saijo explains to me before he fluffs my fur with shampoo. My body is covered with bubbles without time to even feel embarrassed.
You seemed so against this before, but maybe you don't hate water.
Mr. Saijo observes me curiously while washing me. It's weird because it's like he doesn't know where the cat, but he knows where the cat, so I don't know. He probably wouldn't think a cat is embarrassed. When washing off the soap, he showers me more carefully than before. Once it's all washed off, I feel refreshed. It feels nice.
Meow! Whoa, that's cold.
I shake the water off my body and accidentally splash Mr. Saijo with water. I'm sorry. Mr. Saijo looks like a cat as well, with his eyes tightly closed in surprise. That's kind of cute.
You started this.
Mr. Saijo wrapped me with a towel he had at his side and dried me roughly as if in return. I'm tired. He even dried me with a dryer, and I'm all fluffy and smooth. But his drying was a bit rough, and I saw another side of the usually sensitive, gentle Mr. Saijo. Feels kind of good to see another side of Mr. Saijo. Yeah, the vengeful, vindictive, angry at a cat. Seems a little awkward. When I'm curled up on the same cushion from yesterday, it's as if it had been like this from the beginning.
Sorry to make you wait. I made 2 kinds of cat food today.
Mr. Saijo enters the room with a tray. On it are 2 plates. 2 kinds. Mr. Saijo places the 2 plates in front of me.
I made food from yesterday's leftovers, but I figured you'd have a preference. You can eat whichever you like.
One plate is canned tuna for cats with boiled carrots and lettuce. The other is typical cat food with miso soup over rice. Typical cat food. Okay, so cat food with miso soup. But he didn't have leftover. Oh, the tuna is leftovers from yesterday. Okay, I thought he meant the same thing. What should I eat? Canned tuna. Of course we're gonna have canned tuna. That's... I am a cat, so maybe I'll eat canned tuna. There are vegetables too, and it looks colorful. I start to eat the dish of tuna. Yep, it's good. I feel like cat food tastes better each day, but canned tuna is... It's funny that the canned tuna is cat food. No, it's not. Fucking people... Canned tuna. You put some mayo in it, you make tuna salad, which is basically tuna fish. It's weird. People like tuna salad, and I'm like, we always called it tuna fish. My mom would be like, I'm going to make tuna fish sandwiches, and it was basically tuna fish. It was basically tuna salad. And I haven't had it in years, because one time I had it, and maybe I had my can of tuna for too long. It just tasted weird to me. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, an old-fashioned tuna fish sandwich I want a sandwich. I was going to say salad and sandwich at the same time, and it came out sandwich. Yeah, I want some. Yeah, well, don't have any tuna fish, so can't do that. But now I want tuna fish. Thanks. Great.
And the tuna seems better for you. All right, maybe your food should be based on this every time.
I start to take large bites.
Hey, eat nice and slow.
Oops, I was about to scarf it down. Yeah, he sounds exactly like Takuma now, and I don't know what happened because that's not the voice that he had the whole other time. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sorry, but I'm not. I don't know. Like, Spacey sucks at this.
I carefully chew and taste the food again.
Even during the day, I have a lunch break depending on work. It's inconvenient that I can't eat until someone makes me food when I'm a cat. That's why when I'm given food, I feel like I need to eat it quickly. I remember my grandma's cat used to devour its food up. I used to make fun of how greedy it was. I guess cats have their own reasons.
Oh yes, today I met a person who had a wound in the same place as you do.
Huh?
She said she scratched herself on a branch, but I wonder what she was doing.
Is he talking about me? Duh. She's like, well, that's a coincidence. 3 people? Man. I wanted to know what Mr. Saijo felt about me from earlier today. When I used to see Mr. Saijo as a customer at her shop, my impression of him was a little strange and unapproachable. Once I got to see the real him, I was finally able to see him as a human. Or more like a normal person, I mean. I wonder what kind of impression Mr. Saijo has of me at the shop. It's going to be weird that he tells you, again, because we know what we're not supposed to know.
She seems restless at times, so I thought she made a clumsy mistake, but she's a girl. She needs to be more careful about her face.
Rude. Fucking rude.
Restless, huh? You too. Don't get into a fight again. And don't climb too high after that fall again.
Oh, don't climb too high that you fall again.
Yes, sir.
I can't voice my thoughts as a cat, but still. Does it mean my restlessness as a human remains in me as a cat?
Are you finished?
Mr. Saijo picked up the empty plate and placed it on a tray and left the room, leaving only a bowl of water. I took a bath. I'm full. Getting sleepy again. I came straight to Mr. Saijo's today after transforming, but from tomorrow I need to look for that black cat. Is it true about the thing concerning someone I like? If I have to kiss someone I love, then I need to find someone I love first. When will that be? Without finding and talking to the black cat, I won't even know the details on how to return to normal. Someone I love. A kiss. As I was thinking in circles, I fell asleep. Today was a stocking day, so I battled with flowers from the morning. We had a delivery for an event, so I have to unload more kinds of flowers than usual. I need to transport them carefully or else the flowers won't last as long. I open the large cardboard box containing flowers, arrange them, place the stems and leaves I cut into a large garbage bag. I continue the hard work until they're finished. My back hurts. Mine too. I sound like an old lady, but I can't help it. I crack my back and arms. That's how I feel every day. And yet, when I'm able to see flowers that I usually wouldn't, and when I hold the large bundle of roses, this unexplainable feeling I have is worth it many times. Though my fatigue doesn't leave completely. This calla lily is really pretty. Among the newly stocked flowers was the calla lily I had encouraged Mr. Saijo to buy. Is Mr. Saijo coming today?
Oh yeah, is Mr. Saijo coming today?
Huh? Why are you asking me? My heart jumps just by hearing Mr. Saijo's name, and the fact that Takuma's reading your mind.
It's just that the two of you seem close lately.
We're not that close. We're just the same as usual.
Really? You two talked more than before, right?
Well, that's only about flowers.
I see. We got some pretty statuses today.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it anyway.
I hope Mr. Saijo comes to see.
Wow, it's a really pretty purple. I hope so too. A few days have passed, and I've been searching for the black cat every night. It's been my routine to look for a while and then go to Mr. Saijo's room. I get fed and I sleep in his room. When morning comes, I leave and return to my human form. That's my double life. But I haven't found the black cat. I would occasionally ask the cats I encountered, but because they must be able to sense my strangeness, they don't really answer me. The anxiety about my future only increases, but I've been getting used to this life. As a human and as a cat, a new daily routine has started to form, and unfortunately, I don't feel it's inconvenient anymore. Furthermore, the more I see Mr. Saijo when I'm a cat, the nervousness I feel about meeting him during the day fades, and I've been able to talk to him more comfortably. Woo woo. We are going to stop here because we're probably a little bit under time, but because I had to stop, we were not quite 30 minutes. So I'm not really sure exactly. We're probably only like 50 plus minutes, but since I don't know because I had to stop the recording in order to load it back up. Yeah, we'll stop here and then we'll continue. I was kind of hoping that would have been the end and we get to chapter 4, but it'll probably literally be this part. It'll take 2 seconds and we'll get to chapter 4, but whatever. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.